Supervisor Pop Vinson was on night duty on the second floor of the hotel when he noticed a strange-looking machine in the corridor, which was not present there till a while ago. This floor of the hotel was reserved for employees. It was a metal box with another small box connected on top of it, and its front part looked like a strange control panel. There were a total of 28 switches in the control panel, which were also numbered. All the switches were on the bottom. It was 6:30 in the morning, and this incident is of Harvey's Lake Tahoe Hotel and Casino of Nevada, which was going to make headlines in the national news in the next 24 hours. The surprising thing for Bob Vinson was not just this strange machine. He was on duty almost a whole night, but he found that whoever had left this machine here had kept it on 4 wooden blocks. These pellets were embedded in the carpet of the corridor, which indicated that the machine was quite heavy. To make this incident even more strange, Bob Vinson found an envelope lying next to the machine, on which was written, "To the Harvey's management." Hazard and Harvey's Lake Tahoe is a well-known casino and hotel in the American state of Nevada. When Bob Vinson, who was on the second floor of the building, found the envelope, he ran to call the security. Later, the police and fire department were also called. At first, no one had the courage to open the envelope. In this envelope, a document of total 3 pages was found, which was typed on a typewriter. At the top, a headline was written, "Warning for Hotel Management and Bomb Skirt." It was written below the headline that one should not try to shake this bomb by putting water or gas in it because it has float switches. If this is done, then the air pressure inside the machine will increase, and in this case also it will explode. The screws on the top of the machine are also connected to the trigger. So in simple words, this bomb was so fragile that even a little movement could detonate it, at least according to what was written in the letter. At that time, 600 guests were sleeping in their rooms in the hotel. The police first started the detonation of the bomb. After that, the bomb squad was called, and they first inspected the machine properly. It was a box of about 8-inch steel sheet, which was welded very neatly. Even the places where there were some marks, there were no holes. All these things were indicating that perhaps what was written in the letter was really true. Further in the letter, it was written that this bomb cannot be stopped by any means. Even the person who made it cannot do this. It has automatic timers. It can only be lifted from here and taken to a safe place, and that too only if the management follows the instructions given in this letter. The law enforcement agencies and the bomb squad, considering the seriousness of the matter, took action. Then they took photographs from all sides and X-rayed it with a special X-ray machine to find out whether there was really something inside it or it was just a hoax. While the X-ray was developing, they put a stethoscope on the box. There was definitely something inside it which was making a sound. Something was constantly moving inside the box. It was claimed in the letter that there was TNT inside the box. But how much? There was a hint given in the letter that if the bomb is not there, then. And these words were also written, which translate to, "You are advised to take people away from the radius of 1,200 feet of this bomb." Police officers also got the nearby buildings evacuated. The gas pipeline of the hotel was shut down in the casino. FBI agents also reached the spot, and they made the command and control center of this operation in the nearby building. The faces of the police and law enforcement agency were screaming that the matter was more than what it appeared to be. But what were the demands of the person who had placed this bomb here? It was written in the letter that they want $3 million in cash, but the condition is that these should be used notes of $100. They should not have any kind of marking and number. And if the demand is not met within 24 hours, then the automatic timer will automatically detonate the bomb. But to whom was this money to be given and how? When the finished X-ray film came back from the lab, Dundry black and white, the small control box fitted on the top of the machine was seen to have wires connected to its screw in the X-ray. This was also mentioned in the letter. There was a straight tube in the box, which could have been a tilt sensor and a float. The box below this was filled with various cylinders. The police had no idea at that time what these cylinders were made of. One thing was for sure, that the person who wrote the letter was not doing any prank. This machine really. Slowly, the deadline of 24 hours was ending. Hence, the authorities agreed to pay the ransom. The information about the delivery of money was also written in the 3-page letter. This money should be delivered through helicopter. After that, the pilot will get down and stand near the fans where he will receive a call, and the rest of the instructions will be told in the same call. Remember that there should be only a pilot in the helicopter, no gunman or any other person. To accomplish this task, an agent named Joe Koch started an FBI helicopter. $3 million in cash was kept in the helicopter, but all these were fake notes. And a gunman was also hidden behind the pilot's seat in the helicopter. At exactly 11 o'clock in the night, the FBI agent landed at the specified place and stood near the fans. In a short while, the phone booths near the fans started ringing. When the agent picked up the phone, a person from the other side said to put the phone booth down, because the longer the call, the more are the chances of it being traced. This new letter was written in the name of the pilot. It was written that, first of all, go towards the helicopter and turn on a flashlight inside and see every corner of the helicopter. Then take off and go towards Highway 50. Exactly after 15 minutes, you will see a strobe light in the forest on your right-hand side. Land near the strobe light facing south. There you will see a tree. And after takeoff, he reached the same point where he was supposed to see the strobe light. After reaching the location, the pilot could not see any strobe light anywhere. He kept circling in the same circle for the next 1 hour, but therefore he came back to the airport and landed. Later, he came to know that he could not read the instructions properly, and the place where he actually had to go was miles away from there, to send a message to the person giving instructions. When the person who had planned this entire game came to know that the police was still ready to give them money, he called the police station and said to turn the switch number 5 of the machine in Harvey's hotel upwards and wait for the next phone call. Perhaps he wanted to buy some time to make a new plan. That is why he asked to turn the dummy switch upwards. But now it was too late. At this time, it was 40 miles from Suba's 6th, which means the bomb had to fall in the hotel. This was a positive thing. On the other hand, the teams of FBI, police, bomb squad, and fire department present in the command and control center had an idea that this box could contain a maximum of 1,000 pounds of TNT. They had done all the calculations that if it is exploded in the hotel itself, then the pillars of the building will not be damaged. So they fitted a small bomb next to the bomb with a control box. The plan was that this plastic bomb would render the control box useless as soon as it exploded, and the TNT would not be able to detonate. All the preparations were complete. At this time, it was 3:45 a.m. on 27th August. The entire crowd was watching this scene standing 1 kilometer away, and news outlets were recording this scene. At this time, the sound of fire in the hole was heard, and the remote control was fired. But as it was written in the letter, there was no TNT inside it. Rather, on checking later, it was found that it contained dynamite, whose explosion is much less than that of TNT. But who was the person who planted this bomb? In the investigation, it was found that the person who planted the bomb in Harvey Hotel and Casino was 58 years old, and his 2 sons were helping him in this work. He had lost his entire life savings in this casino, and that is why he cleverly made this plan to extract money from the hotel owner. Later, it was known that John Burgess' plan was to steal the helicopter along with the cash. If the pilot reached that location and landed in the jungle to find a new envelope, then John Burgess's sons would take that helicopter from behind. John Burgess was sentenced to 20 years of imprisonment, while his sons were pardoned in return for helping the police. In 1996, John Burgess died of liver cancer. After this incident, the hotel owner got Harvey's hotel renovated and opened a new hotel in Harvey's hotel.